the number one thing that all men desire in relationships is respect. That's the foundation of the relationship for a man. To feel like he's secure, to feel like he's valued in a relationship is respect. And on the internet, we had a lot of men complaining about the lack of respect that they're getting in relationships. And when I work with couples, what I'm hearing a lot and just breaking down why that respect isn't there, the pattern that I see is women are not getting in relationships with men that they don't respect. Right?
Okay.
In the beginning, women are not voluntarily joining a relationship with a man who she doesn't respect.
All right, I see where you're going.
Unless it's a transactional relationship, she's with him for his wallet and she don't respect him. But for the vast majority, women are not getting in relationships with men who they do not respect. So somewhere down the line, the respect is being lost.
Yeah.
And when I'm working with couples, what I'm seeing a lot is that the respect is being lost on the woman's end because the man is not who he said he was. The man he's not showing the same care consistency that he did at one point. He's not as ambitious as he made it seem. He's not as disciplined as he made it seem. So somewhere down the line, she feels like she's been bamboozled. She felt like she's been tricked. He introduced Spider-Man and he showed up as Peter Parker in their relationship. And now the respect is being lost because this isn't the nigga that I signed up to date. But I'm in this situation, right? And a lot of times men try to gain that respect back. Some of the tactics used to regain that respect back are fear tactics, right? Some of it could be verbal, yelling, what we call verbal abuse, what we call emotional abuse. Sometimes it could even go to physical abuse. Sometimes it could be the silent treatment. Sometimes it could be withdrawal, constantly threatening to lead a relationship. Sometimes it could even be what some people call financial abuse. You know what I'm saying? If he's the breadwinner situation, like, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to pay for this, do that, unless you start acting like this, whatever the case may be. So there's a seek to control after a while when the respect is lost. Now, the problem is a lot of us conflate respect and fear, right? Because on the surface, they could look the same because a lot of times they bear the same results, but they're not the same. And that habit of conflating respect and fear comes from childhood. It comes from when you're a kid and you don't respect your parent. They whoop you, they threaten you, they take things away from you. And you learn as a kid, like, if I want somebody to respect me, these are the things that I have to do to gain respect in a situation once it's lost. And you bring that into your relationship and it turns into abuse. So today we're going to talk about the difference between respect and fear.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
Popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
popping pills,
That's just what comes with being a man.
popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucking body.
When them bullets hit them up, look like son had a seizure. Run out, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos on God in the king.
How it started, how it goes, how it ends. Welcome back to Roses I Did. I'm still Terry Roseman.
Phil Jones.
Welcome back to another week of Roses I Did, man. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, comment, leave a review if you listening on Apple or Spotify. That helps us a lot. Leave a comment if you're listening on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you get on the Patreon, man. Make sure you get on the Patreon. If you're not in the Patreon already, get in there, get in a safe house. It's already 200 and some episodes that you missed. If you get in there next week, it might be up to 270 or something like that. All right. We inching towards 100,000 views on TikTok. Hopefully it happens this week.
And followers.
What'd I say? 100,000 views. Oh yeah, we got way more. 100,000 followers on TikTok. Hopefully it happens this week. We appreciate all the support along the way. All right. What else do we need them to do?
You said YouTube. He said, excuse me, sorry. He said it already, but comment on YouTube. I feel like people, like the YouTube comments versus like Instagram comments is like totally different, or TikTok comments.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what y'all commenting on YouTube, like you're super engaged, like, and they expecting a response, which we'll give you. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely read the comments and respond to some of them. But I like seeing the comments on YouTube, so keep that up.
Yeah, I want to build up the YouTube a little heavier. Yeah, I like YouTube. I like the people on YouTube too.
Yeah,
it's mostly positive comments on there.
If you hear this, let me know you heard it in the comments. I'm fuck with
you. Hear what?
What we're saying right now.
Why would they not hear it if they're listening to the video?
No, because you hear it and then be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. But nah, go comment. That's how I really know.
Yeah, comment, man, like, subscribe, all of those things. I don't know what this nigga's talking about. How's your week?
It was smooth, man. How's my week? Nothing out of the ordinary. Trey go to his first day of high school is tomorrow. Freshman. Cool. I feel like dads versus, moms or a mom or some shit like that. I just feel like I'm not like, oh my God, high school. It's like, all right, nigga, let's go. You know what I'm saying? This is the next step. It's the next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, because I said that because I follow these two people on Instagram, Josh and so it's like this couple. And her baby girl went to the first day, what is the preschool time, first time to go to school, some shit like that. She bawling, crying.
Yeah.
Like crying. Like, I'd be like, why don't mothers do that? I can get it, y'all emotional or whatever, but like, God damn, it's that deep. Like, you're bawling.
You think the baby got separation is just the fucking mom.
Right.
Fuck's you crying for?
Like, no, seriously, like, you this is too much. I'm like, I'm looking at the thing and like, I'm thinking it's a skit. She's dead ass crying because her child went to school.
Preschool.
She's gonna be gone 3 hours.
6 hours a day. Half a day in preschool, like 3 hours.
Gone 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Trey go to school tomorrow. I'm excited.
I can't wait to drop a motherfucker off at school.
I'm excited about seeing his transition from like a boy to like a young man for real. You know what I'm saying? Because my transition to high school, it was a flip of a switch. It was like night and day. First through 8th grade, menace, like doing bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Not too crazy, but my grades wasn't as good or whatever. But my parents was worried about me. They like, man, this motherfucker, I don't think gonna make it in high school. They was worried about me. Boom, freshman year, 3.7 GPA, top 5 students out of my class.
He got them real gang members and shut the fuck down somewhere. He got in CVS with them niggas that was knocking motherfuckers' heads off.
You know what?
Straight them niggas that act hard. Debo from that corner on Debo. I mean, it was Craig them that night.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go to class. I'm gonna go to class, do the book thing.
Yeah, I'm a playful niggas, and these niggas is not playing
right,
at all.
I'm thinking this shit's me. Nah, nigga, these niggas are living a crazy life outside this motherfucker. You know what? I'm gonna go to class. But
wow, that's crazy.
I'm excited to see Trey transition, and I just, I'm gonna continue to do what I'm supposed to do as a father, lead him down the right path, give him I always tell him, I'm your cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't realize how young of a father he has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was a freshman, my pops was like fucking 45 or some shit like that. I don't know. And a little bit older. And he was out of touch with what was going on. I'm like, nigga, I know exactly what's going on. I know.
Did your dad think he knew what was going on?
No.
He knew he didn't know what was going on.
Now, you know what? He'll say, like, one thing he always say, like, ain't nothing new up under the sun. It's the same shit, just different. Yeah. I get you, Pops, but they not calling niggas suckers in high school. It ain't like, oh, he called you a sucker, now you got to fight him. And then the crowd circle. I'm like, brother, this is not.
Yeah. It ain't like somebody bring the gun to school. It's the talk of the town. Like, this shit is every day.
No, it probably won't even get mentioned. You probably won't even get told on.
Probably see somebody run down shoot a Draco and be like, oh yeah, this shit different. What happened to the Mickey Crobers?
Well, yeah, man. So, I'm excited about that aspect of it. Shit, we leave tomorrow. Excited about that. Well, y'all leave tomorrow. I'll be there. Patreon. Join the Patreon. Us and the Patreon members, we all going to Cancun tomorrow. You know what I'm saying we going out there kicking it. The OG listeners, super supporters. Join the Patreon. That's the type of shit we doing.
Absolutely, man. And this is going to show y'all niggas, like, y'all listening to the wrong podcast. I don't know what podcast is taking a goddamn members and meeting up in Cancun. You know what I'm saying? We went, me and Jones went and got the big villa with the big pool.
The big one. It's like a fuck.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. The pool looks like a resort pool.
It does. And a lot of these South American, well, I sound like a dumbass. It's actually still North America.
Yeah.
But a lot of these Latino countries, the Airbnb should be looking a little fool sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a little fool. Not that it looked great on Airbnb. Then you get there,
Yeah.
and the floors be looking like Pablo Escobar was standing on them and shit. Yeah. So hopefully it's as nice as it looks. But the pool looks amazing, and it's a hot tub, and it's a gym, and it's a chef.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
Swim up bar. And
the listeners are there. That's what fucking matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter where we are. We together. We could have been in Minnesota.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Could have been in Nevada, Idaho, Des Moines. Anywhere.
Okay, moving on. How was your week?
My week was pretty good, man. I didn't have a suitcase or anything prepared for Cancun. I bought a suitcase today. I bought suitcase, white tees, 3 pairs of shorts.
Yep.
Sandals, socks, white beaters. Real vacation.
You prepared.
Every
vacation, like as a guy, I gotta go get a pack of white t-shirts.
Yeah. I'm saying I ain't bring no fits.
Oh.
I'm done with the fits on vacation.
I've bought so many fits over the years. All the fits that I have, I've bought over the years. I'm just gonna recycle them motherfuckers.
I'm saying that I'm done with fits.
Okay.
I'm not leaving out. Fuck that. I'm done with fits. When I go on vacation, I'm here to relax.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to the club every night. If I do go to the club, if I can't get in with these fucking chancletas on, then I just ain't getting in. I want to chill. I want to read a book by the pool. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get a section out I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, no, I ain't trying to do that either.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to chill out. So I don't know. I think I'm just getting old, man. I think I'm just getting old.
Especially with the, you know what? It's a difference. I guess it's gonna be it's depending on who you go with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've done all the excursions. I don't need the zip line. I don't need the ATV ride. I did an ATV ride in sunsets, in mud, and on the beach. All the excursions, I've done them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go, all my 20s, I would go out the country and I would come home and need another vacation because I'm so fucking tired.
I remember when I was 18, the first time I went to Miami, my big homies took us to Miami when I was 18. That's where I bought the pussy at. And all of those great stories came from those trips. It was 3 of them. It was, I think it was 18, 19, and 20. 17, 18, 19. One of those 3. But we went 3 years in a row for Memorial Day. First 3 trips I ever took. I remember the first time going out there, we had our fits on, we had our polos on, and all that shit. And big homie had on some fresh ass sneakers, some cargo shorts, and a white tee. Mm-hmm. And big homie had the bag. And when he seen us come out the room with our fits on, he was like, y'all niggas like, y'all ain't never been nowhere. He was like, y'all gotta dress like y'all been here before. And he ain't have shit on but a white tee, but he still was free after. He just had swag. He got swag. It don't matter what you got on for real. But now I get it. It took me to this, because I still, like, on the last trip I went on, I had a couple, like, now it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Depending on where I'm going.
I'm trying to be fresh.
Like, I like on resorts and shit, I'm going to definitely hit up Fashion Nova, give me some tank tops and the little cool, like, it's lounge wear. It just don't happen to look good. Yeah. It's just, I'll buy lounge wear. I'm not buying no full-fledged fit for real.
Yeah.
It's literally pants and a tank top.
You know how I know a lot of clothes, and some style is just style. And style is okay to have. It's a great thing to have, and I love style as well. But one thing I realized that I feel like clothes is like really some materialistic self-esteem shit to a degree. The more money I make, the less I care how I look.
Yeah. That's
like,
that's people in general.
I see why, like, Mark Zuckerberg and they be like, they don't want no jewelry, woo-woo. It's because, like, they actually feel good. Like, it don't matter.
With I think about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Wallow.
Yeah.
Nigga, he stayed with a tracksuit on. You know what I'm saying?
Wallow
like,
a little different. He just got out. Essentially. Niggas been locked up his whole life.
But, like, I feel like people with money, they more into, like, comfort clothes.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm getting in my comfort bag, y'all.
For sure.
All right, man. Patreon today. A few things. I want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget what y'all niggas did to Sha'Carri Richardson.
Never forget. I wish I could have screenshotted some of the comments. I'm pretty sure some of y'all same motherfuckers be dick riding her when she be winning them races.
I want to talk about Cash Dog.
Mm-hmm.
What else I want to talk about?
And I want to talk about. I'm gonna get his name. His name is Deshae Frost.
Yeah, I was just watching that when I came down.
I fucked with that. So we'll talk.
So we got three things to talk about. Or Patreon-y.
Yeah. Pull up.
For sure. I feel good today, man. Let's do a voicemail.
Hey y'all. First I just want to give y'all flowers. I really appreciate y'all podcast and just dropping gems for these young men and grown men.
I know this person.
I send your podcast to a lot of men in their 30s and it really helps. I was just listening to, first I want to say I was listening to the King Dingaling.
She sounded like she was all uncomfortable saying King
Terry, something is wrong with you. The reason why you went to college was because, okay. That was hilarious, okay? I just had to, put that out there. But I wanted to, basically see if y'all could speak to, you were saying that, men tie their worth to sex, right? I always talk to my son about just how men have a worth, just like how women, we always talk about, I know my worth. I'm not going to let no man do whatever. But I feel like it's the same for, men. Men have a worth as well. And I feel like it's important for men to know their worth outside of finances and sex, right? So we just want to see if you can, speak to and touch on that when it comes to, young men coming up and getting into relationships. I don't know. I'm seeing that there's, this fad or trend or whatever you want to call it where men are liking, crazy toxic women that they think that crap is I don't know, sexy or whatever. I was talking to one of my friends and he was telling me about how, he knows that one of the girls that you heard me, one of the girls that he messes with, he knows that she's toxic and very disrespectful, crosses all his boundaries, goes back to your podcast about boundaries without consequences or just suggestions. I always tell him that. He finds it where it's oh, it's hard for me to leave her alone and all that, it's so I'm just addicted or whatever. And so I if y'all could really just speak to these young men about, them having a worth and how much time you waste dealing with someone who is toxic and perpetuating women that are beautiful always come with, this baggage that creates toxic environments when in relationships. Thanks, y'all.
Shout out to Ice, man.
Shout out to Ice.
I feel like I don't look at it, everything is wasted time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is going to have a season where you dealing with the motherfucker that you're not supposed to be dealing with.
Builds character.
It builds character.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you go into it being gullible. You don't necessarily know that this person isn't for you. Sometimes you in some shit you ain't supposed to be in, and it could be because it's fun, or because the sex is good, because the ass is fat, and then you get to a point in your life where you I'm not dealing with that shit, and then you just don't deal with it no more.
And just hope I got a kid with her.
Yeah. That. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's the tough part.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why I wouldn't. I would advise it does build character, and we all gonna get the fuck away from shorty because they get pregnant.
They get pregnant.
And you like fucking her raw because she toxic and the pussy is fire. And that's part of why you still there. She probably freaky as hell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got this toxic sexual shit going on. Mm-hmm. You probably gonna get super emotional and not pull out one day. And then boom, now it's toxic forever. Don't do it, my nigga.
I've been in those situations and I've pulled out every time. I don't play that shit.
Yeah. Now she got control. Now she can take you to court. Now she could control
it's
your
over
finances,
for you,
control your time, control how much you spend, how much time you get to spend with your kid. Your kid got to be raised in a separate household. You got a headache for forever.
It's too many examples. It's way too many examples for niggas to be still falling in that trap.
Yeah.
It's,
There was too many examples when I fell in the trap.
Right. It's talking about too much. It's like, damn. It's like, y'all the type. It's a lot of people, and I pray. I be praying for my son, man. I be talking to Trey, and I be like, you the type of nigga that you got to see. You got to see for yourself, and that concerns me. Like when I was growing up, like my pops would tell me some shit. I didn't have to go see for real. Like I really just took his word for it. Especially when I became a young man, when he was catching me like selling weed and cracking cars, Thug Jones, that season of my life. Like I would do these things and he would catch me. He ain't lash out or anything. I remember when he caught me making checks, making fake checks or whatever. And he was looking, he like, oh, okay. Well, let me just tell you what comes with this. You're gonna when you get caught, because this is a paper trail type of thing, you're gonna do 5 years minimum. Trey's 2 years old. You probably won't see him till he's 7 or 8, whatever the case may be. I don't know how to bail money. You're gonna do the time. It'll probably be fed or whatever. But either way, you gone. I didn't know if you knew that. I just wanted to give you the information. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Now I can, compare. Now I have all the information to make the best decision for me.
Yeah.
And I knew back then, I was probably like 16 years old, 16, 17. I'm like, I'm not built for jail. So I'm going to cash this last check and I'm done with this life.
You might be built for jail now.
Nah, still, no.
You eat jail food.
I do. I eat like I'm in jail.
And you work out all day.
Yeah.
You probably be a good jail nigga.
I could fit in, but when it come down to I don't want to get shanked, bro.
You think you would convert
No.
to Islam?
I'm going to be the only nigga in there. Jesus is king.
They gonna be beating your ass. They gonna be beating your ass.
Beat my ass.
Why Allah got the jails like that though?
Why what?
Why Allah got the jails like that? He got that shit
I don't
sold
know.
up.
They preach us this white Jesus. So anything that falls
Man.
within that is against us. Only Allah can say, well, I'm not Muslim, but that's how it goes.
So ain't no white Jesus in jail? They ain't fucking with white Jesus out there?
I don't know if a white Jesus okay.
Oh, okay. You just fucking with buddy from Bethlehem. Cause they sure make it sound like folks from Idaho.
Yeah, it's not
Some
true.
shit like that. Yeah.
But yeah,
Do every culture got their own Jesus?
Yes.
They do? Like they make Jesus look like them? Like it's a Russian Jesus.
It's all type of Jesus. And it's the same story.
It's a Jesus, Mexican Jesus.
Jesus, man, come on.
Jamaican Jesus.
What's that Jesus called?
Jamaican Jesus?
Yeah.
Ain't that name Holly Cecily or something?
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Jamaican Jesus, man. We got Martin Luther King. All right.
We got Martin Luther King.
Y'all ready?
Come on, man.
Start the topic, man. All right. So first we're gonna talk about the definitions. Respect and fear. We're gonna break it down. It's a difference, right? I remember his famous 50 Cent bar where he said respect comes from admiration or fear. And I thought that was a line that always stood out to me, even though it's not true. Respect does not come from admiration or fear. But people who are feared are looked at like they're respected. It's a very common misnomer that we look at somebody in the streets. It could be a teacher, it could be anybody, and we look at them, people fear them, but we say that they're real respected when really niggas is just scared of them. And them niggas end up getting killed most of the time. Because niggas is scared of them, because of what they've done, the threat that they pose, and niggas getting tired of it after a while, right? Let's take it back to the classroom. You got different types of teachers. I had a teacher named Mr. Buckley in elementary school. I went to a Catholic school. Mr. Buckley used to whoop all the ass. He had all the paddles with all of the fucking tape wrapped around the handle. I was a Catholic school. He used to light niggas to fuck up. You talking on the line, what's 9 times 4? You don't know, he gonna pull you out the line, spell multiplication tables on your ass. Like, I don't know how many letters in that shit, but he was finna torch your ass to tears. Niggas was scared of Mr. Buckley. We had another teacher named Miss McWoodson, big lady, loving lady, caring, nurturing lady, firm. She'd treat your ass, but you know she cared about you. You got your head down, Mr. Buckley class, he gonna bang that paddle on the table until you get your ass up. Got your head down in Miss McWoodson class, especially something you don't do every day. She's gonna tell you go downstairs, get you a peanut butter and jelly bar and some milk. She's gonna fuck your stomach up even more. but you knew she cared though, right? You respected Miss McWoodson because you knew she loved you.
Yeah.
Right? Mr. Buckley walk out the class, say, hey, I'm gonna be right back, sit y'all ass down. We're gonna jump on the tables. We're gonna shake our ass on top of tables until we feel like he coming back, and we're gonna jump down and act like nothing never happened. Miss McWoodson leave out the class and say she be right back. Everybody sit the fuck down. The nigga get up, the whole class like, hey, you better sit your ass down. Don't play with Miss McWoodson. Miss McWoodson talking, and nigga get to talking. Niggas, it's other niggas in the class like, bro, shut the fuck up. You hear her talking? Like, you remember that?
That ass.
Okay, so when we talk about respect is basically the willing recognition of someone's character, competence, and care.
Mm-hmm.
I will also add consistency to that as well, because people do respect consistency. Care is chosen, right? When we talk about character, competence, care, and consistency, people will respect you for something as simple as consistency because it's so fucking difficult to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning all the time. That's just an easy example to go to. It's not easy. It's not easy. People see you doing it, they respect it. One thing I respect about you when it comes to consistency and care, but mainly consistency. If you have a routine, if you have anything going on concerning Trey, it don't matter whatever else is fucking going on. And she used to piss me the fuck off. Like, we can have a show. And I ain't saying like it's the playoff game. I'm saying it's a regular fucking day. Hey, me and Trey be going to IHOP on Sundays. Okay, cool. You go to IHOP with Trey. Why? Just because this is what we like to do. We like eating pancakes. All right, we got a show today. Well, I'm gonna be late because me and Trey finna go to IHOP. like nigga, fuck IHOP. Like, what you talking about? Nah, G, that's just what we do. Like, you know, like, but I respect it because it's consistent. Versus if another nigga was like, yeah, I'm finna be late because me and my shorty, nigga, I never even seen your shorty before. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the consistency is always respected.
Yeah.
Real been showing up to shoot these motherfucking podcasts for 3 years.
Rain, sleet, snow.
Right? For 3 years. Real Duncan. And I said it earlier, I was like, consistency. Consistency, you know what I'm saying? So people respect consistency.
Yeah. When I hear respect, and it ties into what you said, people can respect competence, consistency.
Mm-hmm.
I also will, when I think of respect, it's also associated with when somebody can understand a level of sacrifice or difficulty in something, and they've experienced it too. Like, cause I could not like somebody, I could not like a nigga, whatever the case may be. And like for me personally, you went with like waking up at 5 a.m. I could see somebody, we could probably have odds or not have odds, but if I see somebody that has a nice physique, like a man or a woman that has a nice physique, I automatically have respect for them. Why? Because one, I've done it. I have a nice physique too, and I know what it took to get there.
Yeah.
I know that you had to show up when you didn't feel like showing up. I know you had to eat some shit where you rather eat something else. I know that you had to be on the treadmill long as hell. I know the effort that you put in. It's not like I have no idea. I'm just admiring, like, oh, you got a nice body, cool. No, I respect it because I know the type of work that you put in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Consistency.
You can respect somebody based off of you know what I'm saying, the sacrifice and consistency that they've put in into anything.
And then we also talk about competence. You got thought leaders, you got 19 Keys, you got a Deontay Kyle, you have a Mark Lamont Hill, which are guys who, we say respect is earned, not given, right? So you walk in a room with somebody and you've never met them before, a 19 Keys, one of these guys. And I'm not saying you want some dick riding, like think this is the smartest nigga in the world, you just gotta bow down to him. But there's a level of how they speak, how they articulate, and the things that they know, the things that they're able to present as thought pieces that you say like, okay, this is a competent guy. I might not agree with everything he say. This is a competent guy. This is a well-studied guy who's doing his research and he's for the community and he's doing X, Y, Z. When we talk about respect being earned, sometimes the respect is pre-earned before they walk in the room. You get what I'm saying? You ain't even met Mark Lamont Hill. Yeah. You ain't met Barack Obama, but you know the work they put in, and you know that you can see the competence that they have. So it's a certain level of respect. It's the same thing when you see somebody that's the CEO of a company who didn't inherit the shit, but they worked. It's one thing when you find out the nigga who run your company inherited the company, how you feel about him versus the nigga who started the company. Right. It's a difference, and that's competence. That's the respect of competence, right? The thing about respect is that it's chosen. It's something you opt into. And it's something that you're not being forced to uphill. No one that's respectable is trying to force you to respect them. No one that's respectable is begging you to stay. Like, you have to respect me. You got to, like, that doesn't happen when people are well respected. Let's go to fear. Fear is compliance driven by threat, whether it be physical, emotional. It could be social, trying to threaten to humiliate someone, or it could be even financial, threatening to cut somebody off. And fear is coerced.
Coerced.
Is it? It's no H in it. Coerced.
I think it's silent.
I don't know. But fear is something that someone is trying to pull you into and keep you there and freeze you there and force you to stay there. You have to, they're trying to make you fear me, but a lot of times they'll say respect. You gotta respect me. You don't have a choice, and I'm gonna make you respect me. Like, you can't make somebody respect you. You can make them scared of you, but you can't make them respect you. And the thing about fear is that, you know, it's gonna build a level of resentment over time. It's gonna build a level of resentment, and no one typically stays there for long, which is why a lot of times when that child who was forced to respect their parents, air quotes, by way of fear, the resentment is there. When they get older, they don't fuck with them.
I'm thinking about when I was a shorty.
Yeah,
I feared my pops.
yeah,
When I got older, I respect them. Like, it was respect there, but it was more so I don't want to deal with that nigga. Like, I'm gonna follow these rules, and you can say it's fear based.
yeah.
I'm gonna follow these rules because I don't want to have to deal with him. That fear drove a behavior to correct my behavior.
Gotcha.
Right? But it was never that I didn't respect him.
Right.
It was never that I looked at him or resented it in a certain way. Of course, while my ass is still stinging from the belt, I resented him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it never, even when I got older, or whatever case maybe, I remember saying shit like, when I grow up, I ain't whipping my kid, please.
Tagging that ass.
You know what I'm saying? So as I grew older and I started to understand why he did certain things, why he was using fear, because sometimes just, you know, when somebody too close to you, you know what I'm saying, you can be blinded by the light. Well, you can't be a prophet in your own land type shit, right? And it was other people where I didn't have to fear them, but I respected them because it was at a distance.
Yeah.
I didn't have to deal with them in a certain way or whatever, and I could also see how they moved or whatever the case may be, maybe how they talk to their kids or whatever, or just them being in a position of power. Like, oh, okay, as a shorty, speaking as a shorty, I respected it. But just to switch it back to like Pops, as I grew older and I understood his mission with me, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I wouldn't go back and, if I could go back and make a suggestion like, hey, you should do, no, it would be the exact same, because it worked. In my opinion.
From the outside looking in, I'll assess this. Right?
Okay.
Whether it worked or not, you knew your father was there every day.
Yeah.
You knew he cared. You knew he loved you. So there's a level of respect of consistency still a level of competence, and still a level of care, right? Even though he was whooping your ass. Let's say your father was there and he was whooping your ass the same way, but he was an alcoholic. Or he was beating your mama ass too. Probably would be a level of resentment.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still like a character there. So it was still, you was getting your ass whooped, and you know, you was forced to behave a certain way. But I think that's a great example, because again, we're trying to separate the two.
Yeah.
And in this case, you got both in one person. You have a level of fear of, you know, you getting your ass whooped, and then you also have a level of respect. But I think the respect is greater because of the character, you know what I'm saying, the life that he provided for y'all, the way you see him treat your mom, the way you see him treat himself, versus somebody else who parents was using those exact same tactics, but they was doing other things, or their character just wasn't. It's just like, nigga, you trying to get me to do something that you haven't done. Like, you get what I'm saying? You trying to get me to be disciplined. I don't see no discipline in you.
Yeah.
And you start to see that as like, when you get 12, 13 years old, it's just like, ain't nobody in this bitch benefited off having an education. Y'all trying to get me to go to school. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
Motherfuckers ain't even finish high school. Y'all whooping my ass over some grades. Did you finish high school? Did you, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and you start to really like, all right, this shit don't.
You picking it apart.
And that's where the respect starts to dwindle, because are you really the person? Are you this, not superhero, but are you even just a little bit of who I thought you was growing up? You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like the people who do that, like you discipline your kids a certain way and you didn't follow these things, is because you see how it turned out for you. And it's like, now you super on your kids' ass, like, nah, education is important. Education is everything. And you know that education is everything. Well, you think education is everything because of the situation that you in and you don't have an education. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you trying to really drill it down. Them, and that's not, you're not wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the best with what you know in the moment. Yeah. Whatever the case may be. So
Absolutely, man. Let's talk about why the two get conflated so much.
Respect and fear.
Why people confuse the two?
Remember off the movie A Bronx Tale?
No.
You remember that? Yeah. I know you know, real. Huh? No? What the fuck? All right. I know y'all know. But in A Bronx Tale, he asked him
Who asked who?
Okay, Sonny. Sonny, the neighborhood mob boss, asked to young Calagro during one of their life lessons. He asked him, like, would you rather be loved than feared? And he said he'd rather be feared over love because, like, love is nice, but people's feelings can change, etc. Fear is strong. Fear is a stronger motivator for respect and obedience. Mm-hmm. However, if people both fear and hate you, they might try to get rid of you. So the goal is fear without the hatred, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So it can get confused because if somebody asks you to do something that you respect, you'll do it.
Yep.
Through respect, they drove a certain behavior to get you to do something. Mm-hmm. Somebody you fear asks you to do something, you also do it, but you're doing it because of you're scared of a consequence.
Yep.
Versus the other person who did it out of respect, they did it because of admiration or just flat out respect. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you don't dig deep, all it did, both things drove the same result. Yeah. It just came from different places. So that's probably why it's hard to depict the two, because you don't know. I don't know if you respect me or fear me. I told you to do this. You did it.
Yeah. I think people who use fear as a tactic to get the result that they want, they care about outcomes more than people.
Yeah.
Essentially. Because you don't give a fuck however this person feels about you. You just give a fuck about whether they wash the dishes or not. Mm-hmm. Versus you genuinely caring about this person, how they feel, and what's going on. When I was teaching, I remember my first year, there was a dean. Her name was Dean Bias. Shout out to Dean Bias. Dean Bias was a woman, taller woman. This was one of the most serious, fierce school figures you can imagine. Very, very nice lady. If that was y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Very nice to me. We had a great relationship. It was some people who didn't have that relationship. And Dean Bias was just serious. Like, from the first day I got there, that lady did not fucking play. Like, it was something about her that, like, even when I was kind of like, I ain't even a kid in this bitch, and I'm just like, damn, they out and fucked up. I gotta feel bad for y'all. And the thing was, she had the school on lock to the point where I was teaching gym my first year teaching. Kids would be in the gym room playing like I told them to, and she would come in the room and they would stop and just look at her. I'm like, nigga, y'all not in trouble. Y'all doing what I told y'all to do. They like, nah, I'm finna sit down. Like, she was serious, G. And this is the thing, right? Dean Bias was very loving.
Yeah.
Dean Bias I'm talking about hygiene shit. Like, they knew they could go, if motherfucker, I came to school, I was a little musty today, or this didn't happen, I ain't get nothing to eat. Dean Bias was very, very loving. But if you fuck up, and mind you, she ain't putting her hands on nobody. She just had a look about her and a voice inflation that was serious, G. Like, but this is the thing. I was a new teacher. There was a lot of first year teachers. A lot of first year teachers, they fucked up in a classroom and they didn't last because they leaned on Dean Bias to control their class. So the threat was, if you don't be quiet, I'm gonna call Dean Bias.
Yeah.
So implicitly, the child learns, I don't have to care about what you got going on. I'm just scared of Dean Bias, who I was scared of in the first place. So me seeing that early on, I was just like, I'm never calling Dean Bias on my kids. Like, I have to learn how to manage this room without her. Because if I can't, then they don't respect me. They just respect her presence. It don't nothing I say matter until she show up. And that's gonna be a downhill effect. I picked that up like my first month. I'm like, nah, I can't call her. Like I'm never calling her to my classroom. Right? And I found ways, and I used to leave that bitch with no voice every day. The first, just yelling. Because a lot of kids, going back to childhood, a lot of kids are trained that if you're not yelling, you're not serious.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to yell. So I had to reverse that in my classroom. Right? Now I'm not reversing, because everywhere else they go, they still, and it's crazy how you could like I don't want to say it like this, but train a kid. Like if, for example, I say, when I blow this whistle 2 times, everybody, if I say huddle, that was my classroom direction. If I say huddle, everybody know to stop what they doing, run to me, sit down and be quiet. And I would do it, and if I gave them like 3 seconds, if everybody ain't quiet, go back to what y'all was doing. We're going to do it over with. We're going to do it over. We're going to do it over. And they used to annoy the fuck out of them, right? And then they knew if you do this wrong, this the consequence, you do this, and it was just consistency. So I didn't have to yell no more. Like I figured it out. These are the expectations. These are the consequences. We already know. When y'all get dropped off of my class, y'all can run all through the fucking building around this bitch in the hallway. When y'all come to my class, y'all are not coming in until everybody is quiet in a single file line. If it take 20 minutes and y'all got 30 minutes left to play, I'll stand out here with y'all till y'all shut the fuck up. I don't care. By the third day, niggas was silent, right? They might go to anybody else's class and turn the fuck up, but they know when they turn down that hallway, it's like, yeah, like, so you could train that, right?
Right.
But when you lean on fear, it's like I still got the outcome I wanted, but kids still got to be kids. They still was respected. They still was giving me respect. It was still a safe learning environment versus an explosive learning environment. Like if you do something wrong, I'm gonna turn the fuck up on you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you got to care about the person to go the respect route. But if you don't care about the kid, you gonna just snap the fuck off on them until they do what you want them to do.
Yeah. You just reminded me of I worked for this. Let me see. It's probably like my second corporate America job. It was like this call center.
Yeah.
Right. And it was a manager. He was like, I had a supervisor, and then obviously the manager over the supervisor or whatever. And every morning he would come in. His name was Jamie. Yeah. This big black dude, and he had like a insanely deep voice. Right. I'm talking about like you would be like, what the fuck is that? Like that's how he sound. And every morning it'd be quiet as hell, but when he get in, he'd be like, "Good morning," and that shit'll just go across and we know like, okay, Jamie here, right? Yeah. So, and I think, and I was gonna ask, can we like switch over into like because we talking about personal relationships when it comes to fear and respect, and I'm gonna shift it over into professional.
Let's do it.
So with Jamie was stern. Like he was I'm not gonna say he was a playful guy, but you saw the joy in him. He wasn't walking around. He didn't have the aura of the Dean
Bias,
he didn't have the aura of Dean Bias, but you still knew he was an authority figure, even though he moved around freely and, you know, just like would interact with us or whatever the case may be. Because it was some supervisors where they come around and you like, let me go ahead and do this shit. Because they don't hit their mouth. They had this aura about them. Jamie come around, like you could still be who the fuck you was. You could still be joking and laughing. If you was at somebody else's desk talking, he ain't gonna trip over that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I respected Jamie, and I also I didn't necessarily fear him. Mm-hmm. I knew I was at work, and you expecting a certain behavior out of me, but it came down to like if I was late, or if I knew I was gonna be late, or I was just doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. My mindset was, let me not do this because I don't want to have to put him in a position to use his authority. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember even I had a warning on me, right? So he put me into his office and he like, hey, Reginald, come in, let me holler at you right quick. And I knew I was in trouble, but it still didn't feel like I was in trouble. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what up, Jamie? Woo-woo. So we go in his office. He like, hey, man. He said, look, I get it. I know you don't want to be in this motherfucker. Yeah. Like, this is a call center job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this is not where you're going to be. You're a bright kid. I see, you know, you're doing other things. Be like, I ain't going to lie, but like, why are you here? You got to kind of like follow the rules. You got to do what you're supposed to do, because if it come down to it, I got to do what I'm supposed to do. Right. And if you go off and fuck up, you put me in a position where I don't want to do this. I enjoy you being here, but I'm gonna have to make a decision based off of your actions.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Say less for sure.
Yeah.
And that made like that conversation, like I respected him for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like hey, you got rolled up, like do that shit again, you out of here. And now I'm moving feel like, okay, let me hurt. I don't want to get fired. Ooh. It was more so I didn't want to put him in position to fire me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make him do something that he didn't want to do. So it's respect. And sometimes like, can managers be like that all the time? Absolutely. I think that's a great way to be a leader. That's a wonderful leadership trait. But a lot of people in corporate or not corporate, just in authority roles, they use fear. Like, are you late? You late again? I'm gonna fire you, because you saying that you're threatening this person because you want a certain, you know what I'm saying, outcome.
Yeah.
Jamie wanted a certain outcome. He didn't want me to be late, or he didn't want me to hang up on the callers before I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But he didn't say, if you hang up, I'm gonna do this. He like, yo, you know, he took a different approach. You know what I'm saying? So I respected him. I didn't fear him.
Absolutely. I had a manager at McDonald's. His name was Tommy. R.I.P. Tommy. Love Tommy because he taught me work ethic. Like I talk about a couple times working 24-hour shifts at McDonald's. I'm talking about literally getting there at 8 a.m., not leaving the next day at 8 a.m. Maybe a little bit more than 24 hours. Maybe like, what's 24 and 8? Like 30 hours.
32?
I don't know, 32. Like crazy shit, right? It's FR day, I want you. And it was just because he knew, you know, my situation, and he knew like I wasn't with my parents at a certain point in time. It's like, nigga, ain't nobody gonna come checking for you for working too much. And nigga, you clearly need the fucking hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was working crazy shifts. But Tommy had a fear thing about him. He was very hot and cold. He was very like playful, joyful, but people kind of low-key hated him a little bit because he just be on so much bullshit at times. And I'll never forget one day, a girl kept coming in late, and she wasn't like super late. She was just like a little late. So one day, it was 4 o'clock. She was supposed to be there at 4 o'clock. She was on time. He was in the grill cooking. She walked past, and he was like, hey, stop right there, get on the grill. She was like, I'm finna take my coat off. He was like, no, you're not. Your start time is 4 o'clock. It's not time for you to come in and take your coat off. At 4 o'clock, you start working. It's 4 o'clock. Get your ass in here with this coat on and stay on this grill until I tell you to get off.
Hey.
And she had a coat on cooking. She was sweating bullets.
Oh, hell no.
And then he'll do shit like it'll get busy. And like when it get busy, they'll do this shit. It's like stay in your spot. Like, so if you're on the cashier, you can't move.
Right.
You can't go get no change, no sauce, no nothing. If a motherfucker wants some barbecue sauce and they next to you, hey, we don't got no barbecue sauce. Like, what else can I help you with? Because I can't move. And it got to the point where, you know, people couldn't get that concept down, because if the customer needed something, their first inclination is, I got to go get it. Right? So one time a girl was walking past Tommy, and she was like, if you walk past, Tommy stopped. It was like, if you walk past me again, just keep walking your ass up hosted, because you fired.
Hey, he sound like a fucking menace.
The shit used to be funny as fuck though. But at the same time, if some crazy shit happened, let's say a customer come in that bitch and get to tweaking with you, Tommy would be like, it's cool, go to the back and go the fuck off on the customer. And be like, take your bread back, get the fuck out my store, da-da-da-da. Like he'd just turn up for you. Like, if it was something to where like it was busy and you couldn't handle it, he'd be like, all right, step to the side, and he'd just do your shit for you. And like, hey, you this register, like you not getting, like, step to the side, make the drinks, I got the register shit for you, woo-woo. So it's like a level of care there. You get what I'm saying? He was showing good character traits at the same time. So it was like, again, this balance of kind of respect and fear. Like, you know this nigga not finna fucking play with you at all. Like, but at the same time, you know this nigga care about you. You got some shit going on. He gonna give you some more hours. You know what I'm saying? And like, he not finna let nobody disrespect you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a level of the two as well. You had anything else on the professional side you want to add in with that?
You just made me think about me as like a coach.
Yeah.
Like, like me as a coach, right? I'm known for everybody call me strict.
Right.
Like, this nigga strict as hell, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But behind closed doors with certain clients, if they come to me with certain issues, I'm lenient. And I laughed at myself. It was a consultation. Somebody reached out to me for coaching. They seen the TikTok where I was like kind of like yelling on the phone at my client or whatever. They're like, okay, yeah, I need that. Cool. during the consultation, like I was so nice. I was so like, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, cool, whatever. As soon as that payment came through, I'm like, hey, so we finna motherfucking. I'm like, but I'll be hard on them.
All right.
I'll say, saying certain things, whatever the case may be, whatever I feel like needs to be said.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I care. I'm taking time out my day. We talking on the phone. We do a video call. I need to hear about your day. I need to hear how your life is going so I can see why you're not eating the right foods, why you're not going to the gym. And I'm working it out with you. Wherever time is spent, like people value time like over money or whatever the case may be. When you spend time with somebody, like mentorship, if somebody say, oh, I donated $1,000 to the local charity or whatever, you can, oh, okay, that's what's up. But if somebody say like, oh, I spent 3 days at this charity shelter passing out food, he's going, you know what, that's what's up. You know what, I need to do more. You can then start reflecting.
What that time at? Yep.
What the time is. So the balance with me as a coach, yeah, I'm gonna be on your ass. I'm gonna say crazy shit, but at the end of the day, I care. So it's not like it's a little bit of fear, but it's also respect. So it's fun that way for me.
Absolutely. My last thing on that before we move on is that a lot of us is taught respect, quote unquote, through punishment.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? That's our introduction to how when someone wanted us to respect them, they would punish us to obtain that instead of showing care, competence, character, consistency, things like that. And that punishment a lot of times will come in the form of getting your ass whooped. A lot of times it'll come in the form of humiliation. Like for me, humiliation was a big thing. We talked about like one of the more popular stories that I told on here was the girl at the cookout who went the fuck off in front of everybody, and because her friend was like, oh, he been talking to her for a long time. But my big thing about that was the shit was embarrassing.
Yeah. And
to this day, like I would stop dating. That's like a deal breaker for me. If you, I don't give a fuck who you is. I might get a divorce over some shit like that.
Damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't embarrass me. Like, don't do something especially intentionally to embarrass. And if you get too drunk, you stumbling around, I got to deal with it. That's one thing. That's kind of embarrassing, but it's not really. Like, yeah, they just fucked up right now. But like to like do something that's humiliating to me that I deem humiliating, I can't fuck with it. But my mom was that way. My mom was very like, if I say something she didn't like, she was gonna slap me. She was gonna go the fuck off about certain little shit. And there's certain just particular things, specific instances that I remember that she would just go the fuck off and just embarrass me. But it would be similar things that I would do at home that I would get zero reaction for. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where I'm genuinely perplexed as to like, why the fuck is she acting like this right now? Like this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would only happen in front of other people. Like I could do something actually bad at home and she wouldn't do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't do nothing, or she might call, like I would witness her call and tell somebody that she whooped me and she didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like she would be like, I just have to whip his ass because he woo. And I'm sitting there like, you didn't do anything. Like what's happening right now? Like, so it would be crazy. So humiliation was one of those big things for me as far as like punishments. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about some key similarities between fear and respect. Yeah. One of the big ones is both of them change behaviors very fucking fast. And that's, I think, the biggest reason why so many people have a hard time distinguishing the two, or some people think that you can be respected through fear, and it doesn't work like that. The other thing, another big thing, is that they both are very contagious in groups. Yeah. Extremely contagious in groups. Meaning that if you're a kid, an adult, whatever the case may be, and a woman in a suit walks into a room and everybody stands up, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna stand up.
You don't know who the fuck this person is. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like the contagiousness of respect is super strong in groups, but fear is too. And I hate to bring up slavery in so many episodes back to back to back. When you think about how it was like way more black people on a plantation than white people, and people say, "Oh, we would have whooped Master ass. We would have jumped on Master. We would have cut his fucking balls off." Ooh. Not if you seen the shit that they was doing to people. Master was sleeping very fucking comfortably after tying niggas to 2 horses and splitting their body apart.
People who say that, you didn't even go march. You didn't even go protest.
Yeah.
So you think you finna you thought you finna wreak havoc back then?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So fear in groups is just as contagious. I don't know. It might be more. I don't even know. I'm not even sure.
And I don't think this is.
Think about it. You see a nigga running.
Oh yeah, you out of fear. I'm running too.
You in a mall full of black people and take off running. Watch what happens. It's gonna be a stampede.
Don't fuck around and add some audio to it. Oh shit! I'm gonna go. But I seen a clip. I forgot what type of behavior they was trying to expose. It was a lady in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And it was just her there. And then somebody else came in the waiting room and they sat next to her, right? Out of nowhere, the person that sat next to her stood up. Just stood up and then sat back down. She didn't notice it. The waiting room started to get full. It was like maybe 3 people in there. Little time go by. At a certain time, those 3 people, they all stood up.
Yeah.
So the lady looking like, fuck is they standing up for? So they sat back down, went back on their phones or whatever. The room is half filled now.
Yeah.
Everybody stood up. The lady and she got up. And she stood up. She don't know why she's standing up. But just in groups and community and just human behavior, you see it's almost like a survival instinct. Mm-hmm. It's just like if it's just like how deer survive. Mm-hmm. Let's say if all deers are sitting down and they eating grass or whatever, and one deer hears something and they pop up,
the motherfuckers,
everybody and then they all just take off running. Like it's the survival thing.
Yeah.
If they don't know,
yeah.
I saw you pop up, you alert for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So to tie it back into like groups and fear, if you I've had people say I'm strict in like the accountability group and I haven't said anything to them specifically.
Exactly.
The culture is strict. They see other people talk about how strict I am. You haven't even experienced that part because you've been doing what you're supposed to do. But the fear is like, I don't want to experience that side of him. So now you've adopted, oh yeah, it's strict. Like you have some type of fear, or whatever the case may be. So in groups, it spread very fast, fear and respect.
There's been a study about racism and how it might have started and how it evolved to what it is now, and how people are racist and not even sure why. Like people, you know, a lot of people hate black people and they're not sure why they hate black people.
Yeah.
What you just said reminded me of the study, right? You ready? Mm-hmm. It's 3 monkeys in a cage.
It's racist already.
It's 3 monkeys in a cage. Pay attention. There's a ladder in the middle of the cage. If a monkey climbs to the top of the ladder, the other 2 monkeys at the bottom get sprayed down with water hoses super bad, right? Until the monkey at the top comes down. So they learn, don't climb the ladder, right?
Right.
They take 1 monkey out and they put a brand new monkey in. So now it's 3 monkeys, 2 old monkeys, 1 new monkey. What does the new monkey do? He climbs the ladder. When he tries to climb the ladder,
the other monkey
they yank him down and they beat his ass. Right? He climbed the ladder, yank him down, they beat his ass. Well, he tries to climb the ladder. All right? They take another one of the original monkeys out, put a brand new monkey in. He tries to climb the ladder, they yank him down, they beat his ass. They take the third original monkey out, put a new monkey in. Now you got 3 brand new monkeys. The new one try to climb the ladder, they beat his ass.
They never even got sprayed before.
They don't even know what's gonna happen. They don't know why you climb the ladder. They just know don't climb the fucking ladder.
Damn.
And every monkey who ever comes in that cage after that will know to not climb that fucking ladder, even though they have no idea why.
Wow.
Right? And that's how they say racism is. It's like you just learn, I hate these people. like that's it. Like nothing, whatever the fuck happened, we ain't even gotta take it to racism. We can take it to like street beefs and shit. Mm-hmm. Right? Like everybody got their own story of why a beef started, but it's really not the story of why the beef started. It's the story of how they got involved.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They be like, oh, this person killed this person. Ooh. And that's their story. Like, oh, it started because this person killed this person. Well, if you go back, you're like, well, that's because they did this. And he did this because he did that. And da-da-da. And I remember I was dating this chick and I met her dad and I told him where I was from, like where I grew up at. And he was like, oh, I remember I grew up back over there in the 60s. And like, I remember my side used to be into a child side back. I'm like, nigga, what? In the 60s? That shit's still going on right now. He like, nigga, you can't be serious, G. I'm like, nigga, they into it right now. And if you let them tell it it started because whatever the fuck happened while they was around. You know what I'm saying? But he like, nigga, that shit been going on since like the 60s. He said when he moved over there, that shit was already going on.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a crazy thing.
Speaking of racist stuff, I saw something on Threads and it was horrible. This guy told his coworker, I don't know what platform it was on, one of these socials. He's like, tell me a racist joke. Talking to a white dude. He said, tell me a racist joke. He said, okay, I got one for you. He said, you know why when you buy like some ibuprofen or something, you know why it's cotton in there? They're like, nah, why? To remind niggas what they used to do before they sold drugs.
That's fucked up.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
That was strong. It was a little humorous too.
Yeah, that's fucked up. All right. That was dark.
It was very
All right,
dark.
let's talk about how fear shows up in relationships a lot of times. Versus how respect shows up in relationships.
From whose perspective?
Either perspective. Let's say we're men.
Okay.
Let's give a situation like a woman wants to wear something to the club that's very revealing.
Mm-hmm.
How does that situation play out when a man is trying to get her to change her mind and her outfit through fear versus through respect?
Okay. Through fear, he'll probably yell at her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'll be a crazy argument, a lot of verbal abuse. You a hoe. You know these niggas gonna be out here looking like humiliation, through those types of, behaviors to direct the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Right. A respect thing is, I'm not comfortable with you going out like that. And if you choose to, like, I'm not telling you, you can do what you want to do, but just for me and my own standards, I can't. That's like a deal breaker for me. If you this is how you want to go out the house, I'm not telling you, not to wear it. But if you do wear it, then I just can't be involved here.
Okay. That's kind of fear too, because that's threatening withdrawal.
Oh, it's a boundary.
It's a boundary. It could be a boundary. And I think it is a boundary. And again, we talked about this on the show actually before. I think it's a boundary if this is the first time they did it.
I know, but
if this is how they dress, it's not a boundary.
It's not. But we didn't go to all.
We ain't go into the detail like that. So I'm gonna give you that. I think that approach is way more respectful. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Just letting somebody know this is how I feel about it, and if the respect is mutual, they just change.
Right.
That's it.
No big deal.
It's a fucking outfit. It's not nothing deep. It's not like I'm trying to change how you parent your fucking child. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm explaining to you like, hey, if you go out like this, these are the things that could happen. These are the reasons why it makes me uncomfortable. If we together, you get more attention from niggas. Some niggas say something disrespectful. Now we have a physical issue, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of problems that could be avoided if you change this outfit. If the respect is mutual, it shouldn't be a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think you hit it right on the head when it comes to like trying to get them to change out of fear.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely a person who's like, if you're consistently doing something, or you're choosing to do things that go against my standard, and I'm voicing that, and that's what you want to do, I'm gonna leave the situation. I do think threatening to leave situations is not good. And I say that because I already felt that, but I was talking to Kitty Rose from Tonight's Conversations, and we was backstage at the Chicago show, and she was with her husband, and they have, I don't know them, but they look like they have a fantastic marriage. Like, just a fuck marriage. I ain't gonna say fuck marriage because they serious about that shit.
Yeah.
But she got my ass if you say that. But they had a bond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what their marriage is like, but I watched them for 3 days be around each other. They had a great bond. And I asked them, like, give me some marriage advice. And the first thing they said, and they was like, they heavily emphasized, do not threaten to leave. That is like the red button. Like, don't press that shit. Like, never threaten to leave. If that shit come out your mouth, make sure that that's just what the fuck it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I felt that. Like, I felt that. Because I've done it before, and I've had it done to me. And it does bring you to a place in a relationship that's it's hard for your partner to reassure you out of that once they threaten to leave you. You know what I'm saying? It makes you uneasy. And there's a lot that could go wrong in a relationship with somebody, especially if you're constantly threatening, like, I'm gonna leave.
So how do you communicate? Because let's say they don't press that button. You don't press that button, right?
Yeah.
And how do you communicate that, hey, if you continue to do this, I can no longer be here in this relationship. So let's just say you don't communicate that because you don't want to press the button. They continue to do this, and you just like, you know what? I'm gonna remove myself, and it catches them like totally off guard. Like, damn, like, you finna leave because of this?
Should they be off guard if you constantly saying what you want?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be off guard that you left. They might not be off guard that you're upset about it, but if they was never aware that this could potentially be the end of us if I continue to do this, yeah, okay. If I continue to do this, you're gonna be mad for a couple of days, whatever, cool, get over it. Like a little slap. It's like they looking at it like a slap on the wrist, not knowing that this is the red button. And
Yeah. I think it's how you have that conversation, bro. Like, I don't even think, like, if let's say a woman is finna come out the house with her fucking nipples out, not like the print through the shirt. I'm talking about you can see the actual nipple. I'm not fucking with that.
yeah,
I'm not. And I'm cool with women wearing a lot of shit. I've dated some very curvy women, and they like to show that, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Especially if we on an island somewhere, we beach, whatever. But even if we going out to Chicago, sometimes I'm cool with that, to an extent. Nipples out, some shit like that, not fucking with it. I'm letting you know, like, hey, this, like, dressing like this is just completely against my standard. Like 1,000% against my standard. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm not even comfortable with the fact that you even want to wear that. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you having that conversation, somebody can grasp the seriousness of it without you saying, I'm gonna leave you if you do this again.
yeah,
And I think the other dangerous part of that is, like, your only leverage in a relationship is your presence. I say that all the time. You kind of lose that leverage if you're threatening to leave and you don't. So you can't play like that.
yeah,
You can't keep playing like, you do this again, I'm gonna leave, and they do it again and you stay.
right.
Now you a goofy. Now you got your arm, you got your hand on the door. Like, I'm gonna leave one more time. I got my foot out. Don't play with me. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like,
I got this bag. I'm walking towards the door.
Right.
you got the door closed on the other side with that bitch still twisted. I'll let this bitch go though. Fuck this time if I do it again. Like, no, G, you gotta leave.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But and I'm guilty of that. Like I said, I'm super guilty of the threatening to leave shit. 1,000%. Even in talking situations, I'd be like, gee, you do that shit again, I ain't fucking with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I don't be giving a fuck in the talking stage.
Yeah, it's different.
It'd be like, hey, you do that shit again, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just not fucking with you. Like, I'm good for that. So I feel you, but I do think that's something that I need to definitely get better on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Emotional. Well, we talk about emotional abuse. Example of emotional abuse or emotional threats in relationships is you'll leave somebody, isolating somebody, humiliating somebody. You got revenge porn, niggas do revenge porn, shit like that. Unpredictable behavior is something that I used to do, and I saw a post about this today. It was a girl who was at a pool party and she was dancing. She wasn't even dancing on a nigga, so I kind of didn't get it a little bit. But she was dancing, and the thing said POV, you're you showing out in public to see if to make sure he still wants you. And they zoomed in on her nigga across the pool party, just eyeing her eyes. Like, so some people will act out to make their partner feel away on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's like this emotional thing. I'll never forget, I was in Houston with this chick I was dating, and we got into it. Crazy. Was you ain't come to Houston? It was that year though.
Okay.
So it was in a situation where I was talking to one young lady. We was talking, we was cool. Great situation. We all went to Puerto Rico together. Had a great time out there. And you was there for that. And me and her fell out after a while. We fell out, shit went bad. We stopped talking. May rolls around and we started planning the trip to Houston. Another big group trip, majority of the same people, but a few people added. One of those new people was my ex, right? Now, my ex, me and her hadn't been talking, had been in communication. We had just got back cool because we shared a friend. We shared a close friend. The close friend brought her back around. We get back cool. She say, hey, I want to come on y'all group trip. Puerto Rico look crazy. I want to come on y'all group trip to Houston. Cool, I don't got no problem with it. I don't fuck with you like that no more. I don't got no problem with it.
Right.
Now, this is at the beginning of May when we start planning the trip. By the time the trip rolls around,
y'all locked in.
We locked in, right? Now, the young lady that I was dating that we was in Puerto Rico with, that young lady, well, I'll say I was dealing with, I don't know what, we was talking.
Yeah.
And that young lady, I told her, like, hey, it's the chick I used to talk to is coming on the trip. I told her that when we first started planning it because we had just get back in contact. Fast forward, this is a different situation. This is not just a chick this is a chick I'm talking to right now.
Yeah.
But it just happened like in 3 weeks. So a couple days before the trip happened, I called her back and was like, hey, you know that girl that I was saying was just a girl I used to talk to? We've been fucking around. And like, at this point, it's a couple days before the trip, but it's like, nigga, I didn't expect this shit to catch fire like it did in the last 2 weeks.
That shit be happening fast in the month.
It be happening fast. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm the bad guy because I didn't tell nobody and shit like that. And it's cool. Looking back on it, it's cool. I could have handled the situation better. But regardless of the fact, I'm like, yeah, this girl, I'm dating her now. Ooh, she's like, all right, cool. I don't give a fuck. Whatever it is, what it is. You know, she has some pride about it or whatever. Mm-hmm. We all get out there and it's problems. It's problems. It's a ton of problems. It's a lot of snake shit going on between people going back and forth with messages. And it's a lot of goofy shit going on. And the girl that I was dating, her reaction was we went to a club. We had just gotten to it about the shit. And I was in my room. It wasn't a lot of bathrooms in the house, but there was a bathroom in the room that me and the girl I was dating was staying in, right? So people would come use our bathroom. Right. Different people would come use our bathroom because it wasn't a lot of bathrooms in the house, but there was a lot of people in the house. Mm. So I'm in the bed on the phone talking to somebody who wasn't in Houston, like just having a conversation. The other girl comes in the room to use the bathroom. She's standing in the mirror, like brushing her hair or something. I was already in here in the bed. It's not unusual for anybody to come in this room and use the bathroom. Everybody's been using it. Yeah. But she comes in and she's using the bathroom. The girl I'm dating walks in the room. When she walks in the room, the girl that's in the bathroom closes the bathroom door as soon as she walks in the room. And she like, is that her in the bathroom? Woo. And I'm like, yeah, she was in the mirror brushing her hair. Hell no, what the fuck y'all got going on here? I'm like, bitch, I'm on the phone. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, looking back, of course, I could see like why this might have bothered you. It's the perception of it, right? Yeah. But like, I think it also been weird for me to say like, hey, no, you can't use this bathroom. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's like way. Everybody been using this bathroom, so it'd have been weird either way. But that happened. We immediately after that, I think we go to like Seaside or some shit in Houston, a day party. And in the day party, her whole thing was like, I'm not fucking with you, and niggas want me, niggas is on me, da da da. And it was it didn't like really bother, like her being in niggas' face didn't bother me, but it was like her trying to bother me bothered me.
So she bothers you?
No, she bothered me.
Mission accomplished for her.
100%. She bothered me. It bothered the fuck out of me that you was trying, like you're taking something that happened that wasn't intentional, and now you're intentionally trying to do something to bother me. Or you're trying to hurt my feelings. My feelings ain't hurt. I'm really just annoyed as fuck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those things of like what people would call, I'm not going to say I was emotionally abused. I just I'm not going to say I was emotionally abused. But that's a form of emotional abuse. If it was the other way around, any woman would say I emotionally abused.
100%.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So,
it's okay, bro. You got emotionally abused.
I got emotionally abused?
You did.
Damn. Motherfucker.
Oh man.
All right, so we can move on to just like how to build some keys to building up respect in your relationship, whether it be in your relationship and parenting. Mm-hmm. I just got promoted on my 9-to-5 side. So even with that, like today I hosted my first meeting, and I showed up at one of the work sites as a supervisor and had to do things for the first time. And it is a thing where you have to gain respect. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because now your peers are now, I guess, subordinates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to draw that line. I remember understanding that I can predict people's movements by understanding what they value. When I worked at McDonald's, and one of my coworkers, who was the coolest nigga in the world, we always steal food. Nigga, throw some nuggets in my shit, throw this, throw that, da da da. And he got promoted, and all of a sudden, they were like, "Oh no, you gotta pay for that." Da, 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 da. I'm like, nigga, like we do this shit. We've always done this shit. What's happening?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was like his boss was there. It was just he was the head nigga on the shift, and he was tripping. And I'm like, okay, this is a company man now.
Yeah.
Like, and I learned young that like if you understand what somebody values lie, you can pretty much predict their behavior, right? So I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
And I do think on a professional level, on a relationship level, on a parenting level, whatever the case may be, it's important to know how to gain respect without threatening, without fear. So what's some tips on that?
Through consistency.
Yeah.
Through empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy and understanding kind of go hand in hand. I'm gonna just go with those two. Yeah, through those two.
And you said empathy and what else?
Empathy and what did I say? Real understanding.
Empathy and understanding. I'm gonna go.
No, consistency.
Okay.
I said empathy and consistency.
Okay. I'm gonna go with consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like romantic consideration as far as like buying flowers and shit like that. I mean consideration as far as like shared responsibility. You know what I mean? A lot of times we feel so attached to an outcome or so attached to our ego and our own competence that we don't allow people space to grow into their potential and be a part of whatever a process is. So imagine a group project where people want to participate and you just like, no, I got this, I got it. You don't even got to worry about it. I'm gonna get it done. Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
That's not helping people respect you. Even
Yeah.
if you are the smartest person, it's making other people feel small and unvalued. I think that when you share responsibility, when you show people that you trust them to get a task done, when you delegate things, whether it be to your kids, it could be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you stay out past the streetlights tonight. Like I trust that you gonna do the right thing, be in by 10 this time. It grows a level of respect there. It's like, damn, okay. I feel, and I feel it makes them feel respected. It makes them feel trusted. It makes them feel like they have a new level of responsibility to meet up to. And even when it comes to your relationship, trusting your girl to have her own dominion in a realm of your relationship. I'll be damned if I'm dating a girl that's a CPA and I'm trying to be king finance around this bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, do your thing.
Right,
That's your thing.
That's
like,
your bag.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things I understand. That's something that I understand to an extent, but you're an expert at this. I'm not about to be going back and forth with you about financial shit, and you're a fucking CPA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you a fucking chief finance officer somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not doing that. I think a lot of guys will. A lot of guys will will date a person and never let them match their potential in a relationship.
That's interesting. So I'm building a separate app right now, right? So my girl, she a strategist. Yeah. Like that's what she do. That's her bag. Like she facilitate commercials for large companies or whatever the case may be. And I had completed this PowerPoint and I showed it to her and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that slide, like, no, that needs to be like the second slide or whatever the case may be. She look at presentations all day long. I genuinely thought, I'm like, no, I'm in my head, because I plan things out or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put it down here. But when she suggested that it should go up here, it instantly clicked. I'm like, she do this shit every day. This is what she does for a living.
Yes.
I moved that motherfucking slide right where she said it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Ego, did I feel a little ego? Did I feel a little like I wanted to do it my way? Of course, I'm a man. But you can feel it, but it shouldn't like overtake you. It shouldn't stop you from making the best decision.
Yes.
Like I'm instantly move that shit to the side. This she clearly knows more than me when it comes to this. Moved up.
Yeah. And I think that's a great thing. For me, bae that I'm fucking with right now, I ain't gonna say right now, bae.
Right.
I gotta get used to this shit.
You do.
Bae works in advertisement. All the baddies work in marketing and advertising.
Hey, low key.
these days. It used to be dancers. I guess the dancers got careers and now they in marketing and
You know what's
advertising.
funny?
What?
She was a dancer. She's a dance.
Yeah. A lot of the women I've dated in the last couple of years have worked in that field.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great fit. Hey, y'all better go to some goddamn black women in marketing events. That's a real group, by the way. Black women in marketing. Follow them on LinkedIn. They got them. Essence Fest in real life. What I was gonna say? Oh, she suggests things all the time. She be like, "Do you need to read this email?" You don't. I don't know. I don't need to read nothing. Run that shit. Like run that shit. You got autonomy in that space. Like it's things that I'm gonna look over, it's things I'm gonna check behind and things like that. Just because I mean, she's sending some of these emails for us, for Rose I did, to different people and things like that. But it's like, do your thing, run the play because this is what you do for real, and I trust you, and I think that builds a level of respect versus if you telling somebody, you know, you keeping somebody in a box, it's gonna be some like, damn, like you think I'm incompetent, you think I can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's actually damaging your respect. I think as men, a lot of times we let our ego tell us that being a leader means I have to lead in every single aspect of everything. And that is not what leadership is.
No.
If a head coach has a fucking defensive coordinator, has an offense coordinator, that nigga might not even call the plays.
Mm-hmm.
But guess why he the head coach? Because he picked the offensive coordinator. He picked the defensive coordinator. He picked the fucking play caller. And he gonna replace this nigga if he get to call the plays wrong. So being a mastermind or being the leader doesn't mean you understand every
Your
aspect
hand
of
don't
everything.
have to be on everything.
Leadership is about vision. It's not about duty. A lot of times you hear these dumbass conversations on the internet where they say, "Oh, how are men the leaders of the household if women are folding the clothes and and doing this?" That's duty.
Right.
That don't got shit to do with leadership. Like you just doing a lot of shit. You're a manager. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that women can't lead because some women are leading. Whoever has the vision, and in my opinion, Terry Rosen's opinion of leadership is about direction and vision. If you know where we going, and you can move us in that direction by putting the pieces together, placing the right people around us, getting the right real estate agent, getting the right financial advisor, marrying the right woman, you're a fucking leader. It don't matter if she running the finances. It don't matter if she picked the house. It don't fucking matter. You still the leader. And you gotta understand that instead of trying to like hold your nuts and poke your chest out in every single little situation in your relationship. That shit is weird. Yeah. And you're gonna make your girl useless. It's like, what's the point of marrying being with a girl with a big ass brain and not letting her use it?
Yeah.
You might as well marry the fucking bird. You know what I'm saying?
Bird brain.
You might as well be with a fucking bird. Like,
Yeah. Bars.
that's all I got on that, man. What you got? You got anything else? A man's perspective. Let's do it.
Cool. I forgot what inspired or triggered this thought. I think it was today or yesterday, but it was geared towards. I know this is the podcast for men, but I'm gonna give the ladies some advice, and it could also be applicable to guys too. But it's really for the ladies. Ladies, we all know women that have like kind of shitty attitudes. Shitty attitudes. They like mean girls. They just have this aura where you don't even want to approach them. Those types of women, right? And that could be harmful. And when I say harmful, you're probably thinking that I'm talking about you can't find a man. Fuck a man right now. I'm talking about like finances and other areas of your life. So you can, and you're probably like this because you experienced some letdowns with men and women. So in an attempt to protect yourself, you kind of standoffish now. You got a mean girl attitude, especially when it comes to men or women, whoever offended you, right? So you've built this brand where people know you as that. Later on in life, you probably get a little older. You figure, hey, it's time to heal. I can't be walking around like that. Cool. You're absolutely right. That's a decision that you made. So don't nobody else really know that, but because that was a self-decision. So now you go on to launch a brand, a business. You start you a business, and you're not getting as many customers or clients as you would like, and you're probably wondering why. Well, that's because you've built a brand for being mean. You've built a brand for not having a customer service type of aura, a friendly aura, and people don't want to deal with that in business. So you should seek therapy. Seek therapy on the front end. And this is for people who, because like when you build it's almost similar to trust, right? When you build a brand, you build a brand through consistency. And so how like guys and women, like the niggas who like maybe you was scamming back in the day, whatever the case may be, and you was a successful scammer, whatever, but you was a consistent scammer. People know you for that. Boom, you decide to change your life around, and now you do taxes, and you got your arms like this on the flyer. Mm-hmm. I don't see a tax professional. I see a scammer. And I'm not saying that you're not this new person. You can reinvent yourself at any time, but understand when you reinvent yourself, it's going to take time to wipe out that old version of you because you've stamped that through consistency. So you might want to reevaluate or look at how you are right now. You never know what God has for you in the future. God may call you to start a business and give you a vision to do this or start a company or whatever the case may be. And who you are right now, you're branding yourself right now. You're branding yourself on social media. You're branding yourself in real life through conversations. All of this shit is branding. And you never know where you want to go or God's going to send you. And you can just make it that much easier by, being a good person. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Advice for boy moms today. When you had a conversation with your son about sex, make sure it's a soft, open conversation. Make sure it's not this harsh conversation to where you're making sex this scary thing that he needs to be scared of and stay away from for the rest of his life. And I say that because of this. When you have the sex conversation in a certain way, it makes your kid never want to talk to you about it again. Mm-hmm. And we all know that they're going to try it at some point. They're going to do it at some point. We want them to be comfortable enough to come to us and have those conversations with us before or after the case may be. So me, for example, my parents had the tough sex conversation with me. Oh, don't bring no motherfucking babies in my house. Mm-hmm. And of course I went to go do this shit anyway. But because I knew I couldn't talk to my parents about it, I didn't go ask Pops, how do I put this condom on? I just tried to figure it out myself in real time, and I couldn't figure it out. So guess what I did?
You ain't use one.
I went raw at 12.
Damn.
If I went raw at 12, and if it didn't smell so bad, I probably would have had a fucking kid at 12. I probably would have been a 13-year-old father, right? Because the conversation around it didn't allow me the space to express myself. Now, the thing is, most kids start having these conversations so early that by the time their parents decide to talk to them about it, they feel like they already know everything. Mm-hmm. So now the parents' advice is null and void to them. I feel like the age to have that conversation is as early as 8 years old. Because when I was a teacher, kids was having those conversations in 3rd grade. Long and behold, when my son got to 3rd grade, his teacher found a note that a girl had, whether she was passing around and kept it to herself, whatever. The teacher found a note, and there was a note about all the shit she wants to do to my son. It didn't sound like a fairy tale. It read like a fucking Zane book.
Damn.
It sounded like she knew what the fuck she was talking about in 3rd grade. So these conversations are being had between kids. If your child is 8 having these conversations and you pop up when they finna go to high school at 14, 6 years later, trying to talk to them, tell them the do's and don'ts of the birds and the bees, they gonna feel like the information that they already got is valid. If Big Cuz was telling them you can't get her pregnant if she on top because of gravity, and he been thinking that shit for 6 years, you probably ain't gonna be able to change his mind. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna feel like you old and out of touch. Maybe gravity didn't work back then in the 40s when you was born, mama. Now, this how it go, because Big Cuz told me. So as much as you trying to hold back on these conversations, either not having a conversation or not being open and receptive in that conversation, they got a big cousin that's having it, that's open and receptive to it. They got an uncle that's having it with them. They got them niggas at the barbershop is open and receptive to that conversation. So you want to get ahead of that as much as possible, because those people don't necessarily have your child's best interest in mind. Talk to your kids about sex. Make sure it's an open and honest, open and receptive dialogue about it, so they feel comfortable coming to you about it when that time comes. All right, man. As I always say, I'm never gonna forget how your niggas treated Sha'Carri Richardson. Side plan sacrifice.
Shoot.
We out.
It's all God in the cake.